Welcome to Healthy Living. Yes, we are privileged today to talk with CEO and President Jeremy Clark. Thank you. I'm really excited to talk with you, and I've had the opportunity to talk with you more and more. And I think the community is really excited to have the opportunity to have you share with us a lot of what's going on.
Sure.
You know, it's really been interesting here on Healthy Living because we've talked about a virus that's affected all of us, but there are many positive things to say too. And one of the most inspirational things I've experienced in the past 6 weeks is listening and watching your Facebook, your social media, seeing your physicians and your nurses and your staff and lunches and people coming in. That's not even a question, but it's simply saying this. I think we're all very grateful to have you. And the fact that you've been accessible has been amazing. So share with us a little bit about where you all are now.
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you for saying that. You know, we're very fortunate to have outstanding colleagues and medical staff here to help us through the last couple months. I want to start though with the community. I mean, we have been so overwhelmed with community support over the last couple of months, from people bringing lunches and making masks and really setting up all sorts of things for our colleagues and our medical staff. And I just want everyone to know how much we sincerely appreciate that. It's really been incredible to see, and you know, it's one of the many things that makes our community such a special place to live in. So we're very fortunate to be here and be allowed to serve this community, which has been great. But inside the walls of both Hilton Head Hospital and Coastal Carolina Hospital, there's been a lot of work done over the last couple of months. You know, if we go back to March, we spent a lot of time getting ready for that surge, of patients.
And you did a lot of really interesting things during that time. I know you were sharing that there was a lull in patients. You weren't doing as many elective surgeries, but you took that as an opportunity to educate your folks. Talk to them about that, because that's super interesting.
Yeah, so we, you know, like a lot of hospitals across the country, we took down our census purposefully. We ceased elective surgeries and outpatient procedures, which reduced the number of patients in the hospital, primarily to keep everyone safe, to keep the patients that were here safe, to keep our staff safe. But we also used that as an opportunity to cross-train our staff. And you know, we didn't know what the future would hold, but we knew that we had a lot of great people, a lot of great nurses in our organization that we could utilize in new roles. And so the staff who spent time cross-training and the staff who cross-trained them did an outstanding job of really using that time productively and helping us all get ready in case we saw that surge. I mean, like you guys, we saw the news footage from across the country, and you know, there's a lot going on, and we're getting ready for that. Fortunately, that's not our community. You know, our hearts go out to the folks across the country who did face that and are still facing that today, but we're very fortunate that that's not us. And
it was interesting going back to the cross-training. I talked to a couple of folks that had been cross-trained, and they said, and they shared that what was interesting about it is, first of all, they had a new perspective about what other people did, which was really kind of interesting. And number two, I think they seem to feel much more productive or educated, I mean, it is interesting to continue lifelong learning, especially in this health profession.
Oh, absolutely. I think your points about they really got a new perspective, I think that's really critical. And one of the things, you know, we're looking for positives as we come out of this. One of the things, I think we're going to be we're a much better organization as we come out of this than we were even coming into it. And I think part of that, we've grown closer as a team, both inside the hospital, but also across the market for all of our resources working together. So that's been really encouraging to see.
I have a couple of questions now. I think that one of the things I've heard on the street too is, do I go to the emergency room? Do I not go? When do I go? What does that look like? Is my emergency room safe? How do we deal with all those kinds of questions?
So the first thing that I would say to anyone in the community is, if you're having a medical emergency, call 911. Okay. If you're having chest pain, if you've got any other kind of pain, if you're shortness of breath, anything that you would normally be concerned about, call 911. We are very fortunate in our community to have outstanding first responders. And these men and women do a wonderful job throughout the year. But over the last couple of months, they've taken on additional training to learn how to provide safe care when the coronavirus is present. So.
And I love talking to you because it's like, ooh. Yeah. And one of the things I wanted to say is, your director of the ED, Dr. Snowman, you shared with me, he works with the fire department.
Right.
He works with the responders. Can you share with our audience how that all plays together? Because that to me is huge.
Sure. Yeah, we're very fortunate to have Dr. Patrick Snowman in our ER, on our medical staff, and he also serves as the medical director for Hilton Head Fire and Rescue. And so, we've always had a great relationship with those guys, along with Beaufort County and Bluffton Fire and all those guys. But it's really great to have him positioned right alongside the men and women in Hilton Head Fire to work together with them. And so
everybody's on the same song sheet.
Absolutely. So, it's been great to see those guys get the extra training to provide safe care. So our community needs to know, if they call 911, EMS is going to respond. They've got enough personal protective equipment to keep themselves safe, but also to keep the patient, the community member safe as well. And they can help determine if you need to go to the ER.
Yes.
That's not a decision that you really should be making on your own. And so they can help you determine that and help you determine if you need to come to the ER. And if patients do need to come to the ER, you need to know that you're going to be safe when you get here. All of our ER staff, our colleagues, our physicians have taken on extra training. We have a more than adequate supply of personal protective equipment, the masks, the gloves, the gowns, everything that goes along with it, both to keep our patients safe, but also to keep our staff safe as well. And another thing that the folks in the community should know is that any patient in the ER that potentially has coronavirus is placed in a private, dedicated room. And so, the vast majority of people that come to the ER do not have coronavirus symptoms. And so we're able to really isolate those patients, put them in dedicated rooms, provide great care to them, but also provide safe care not related to coronavirus to all of our other patients, to our many, many other patients.
It's really amazing to listen to all of this. One of the things I also want to talk to you about, and I know we're probably almost out of time in this segment, is you have a listing of things that you're really proud of to do in your hospital to keep not only your staff safe, but also the patients who come in, and it's really interesting.
Yeah, we're developing a safer standard of care is kind of how we're referring to. A lot of people talk about the new normal and how we're going to operate, and that's great. But I think for our organization, we're really using this situation to become even better, to create an even safer organization than we were before. And we're really building that organization around the principles of testing, screening, spacing, and cleaning. And each one of those, we've got different initiatives going on to help create this safer environment than it ever was before.
Okay, with that said, we're going to take a break here on Healthy Living and come back and go through each one of those so that we really know. Stay with us, there's more to come on Healthy Living.